Alright, friends, welcome to Valheim. So, I've been wanting to do recordings on this game forever. My old gaming PC died right around the time when I first started playing this, and I just absolutely fell in love with this game. Super fun, super interesting. The game is kind of like in like a development mode, so it's not the full release yet. So this is still kind of like beta testing almost. If you look in the bottom right hand corner, you can see it's like 0.214.2. But the game itself hasn't actually fully released. What I will say about Valheim is that it has a lot in common with Minecraft, but does a better job of like progression and storytelling, I think. Now that's just my opinion. No slam on Minecraft. I'm a Minecraft YouTuber, so I can't be slamming all over the thing that my entire channel is about. But what I will say is I do feel like this game addresses a lot of the issues with Minecraft. And I personally thought during my playthrough with this early on that it was a lot more interesting and a lot more fun. So let's jump on in here. I'm going to go ahead and make a new character. Okay, our character's looking good. What are we going to name them? We're going to name them Jedi PJ, of course. Alright, so we're done with that. So now, this is where we get to create a seed. And just like Minecraft, different seeds have different things. And this game is kind of split up into biomes. And the game progresses through different biomes. So I actually have like a really good seed that I want to try in this. Okay, so that's the seed. I'm naming it Home 1 just because it requires 5 characters. And we're going to say done. I want this to be a single player world, which means that other people cannot join it. So I'm not going to start a server. I'm not going to do any of that. This is where you would come to go and join other people's servers and things like that. But yeah, this is just for me, just to play around and kind of test out the game on Xbox Series X. So let's get started. Alright, to start us off, we're basically a Viking. We died. We've gone to Valheim. Or Valhalla, and it's our chance to like prove ourselves to the Nordic gods, and this big bird is going to drop us off wherever we're going. And you always start off in the same biome in this game, and I believe it's the plains biome. And the bird looks pretty nice though. It looks cool. It's got a good design. Okay. So when you get in the game, you're going to be dropped off at this area. This is like where you have to defeat the major bosses of the game, and they unlock progression to the next area and things like that. So our little bird friend here was just telling us this is like a waystone leading us to the first boss, but we're nowhere near that. So like every survival game, you know, you start off, you have nothing. You have to, it says we're wet in the upper corner. We want to get fire and kind of like heal ourselves, but we can't do any of that. So we want to start off with just trees. So we're just going to punch a bunch of trees, kick trees. So you can punch, you can kick in this game. You have heavy and light attacks, that kind of thing. But yeah, so in the beginning, of course, it's just your basic survival game of just resource gathering. So I really like the art style here. I feel like it's a pretty good, and look at that, we broke one thing and unlocked all this stuff already, but I feel like it's a really good art style, and it has great music. I have the music off, of course, because, you know, copyright and things like that, and when you're editing, it just makes it weird. So this is our first enemy. He's being super chill, for whatever, oh, no, his chill went away. So, Greylings are what they're called, and they're pretty annoying, especially in the beginning. So one of the things about this game that's really cool too is that the progression is tied to you actually doing the thing. So the more you kick, the better kicker you are. The more you swing an axe, the better at axes you are. You know, the more you punch, all that stuff. So it's really cool. I think that kind of progression is really good. Another great game that does that is 7 Days to Die. Like, just doing things helps you upgrade and progress in there. So it's pretty sweet. So we can see in the bottom left, we have a health bar, and on the very bottom of the screen, we have a stamina bar. Your stamina is pretty much used for everything. You want to move, you need stamina. You want to punch, you need stamina. You want to do pretty much anything, you need stamina. So you definitely want to watch that and not get too crazy with that. These are your food. Like in early game, you get raspberries. Soon we'll be able to get like boar meat and stuff like that, but in the early game, raspberries is where it's at. You want to collect those guys. You want to eat them. You do not want to eat a bunch of raspberries. So this game's different than most games in the sense of like eating a bunch of food doesn't actually help you. You want to eat like one thing. So this is our map. We can get there with the select button, and then the start button will show us all of our different button configurations here. So I'm going to go into my inventory, and we'll see how this one works. So it's a little different not having a mouse playing this. We want to use that, so we're going to eat one. Yeah. Okay, so now that we ate some food, it's going to help us with a little bit of stamina and also regain some health. So this is a good starting point just because, and I got a skill for running, but it's a good starting point just because there's a lot of things around here. And these berries will grow back, so you don't want to punch these bushes down because then the berries won't come back. Okay, it looks like our friend has something to tell us. Yep, he's basically just talking about the food. Okay, so he's talking about fashioning basically a hammer or a crafting tool, but in order to do that, and the other thing is I would say pick up all the resource you can, but we're going to need stone, and we're going to need like a decent amount of stone. So we need to start looking around. So yeah, we just need to find a bunch of rocks. Which these are not rocks, but hey, they're food. Why not have them? We got 8 minutes on that berry we ate. And I don't think we have any other food. Let's see. Oh, we do. So now you can see we've got 2 items stacked on each other. And you do get a buff from them for quite a bit of time, so that's good. But we need to find rocks. Okay, we've run into our first boar. That's not great, because we don't have any armor or anything like that, so we really don't want to mess with him. They are dangerous. Okay. So, we killed our first boar, we got some boar meat, we got some leather straps. We can make some armor with some leather straps, so we'll want to take out the boar as quickly as we can. Let's see if we can craft anything yet. Okay, we can craft a club, we want to do that for sure. And we can craft a hammer. Sweet, so we'll be able to build a campfire and things like that. Now, how do we switch? Oh, okay, so we use the directional pad to switch our items at the top. And then up to actually activate it. So that's very similar to the PC controls. Oh, and we found a house. Oh. Okay, now we can make quick work of these boars. Oh, we got a boar trophy, so that's cool. You will get trophies from time to time when you drop certain enemies. But yeah, we're getting a lot of boars around here, so that's good. We got a critical on that one. It seems like our friend here has something to say. Oh, he's talking about building with the workbench. So yeah, we wanted like a simple home to kind of get started, and we're gonna have our first nightfall soon. Let's make sure there's no bees in here. Okay, there are no bees in here. So we can actually put a workbench inside of here because a workbench does require a roof to work. Let's see, how do we craft things? B. Okay, says we need some more wood. So pressing up on the directional pad will kind of slot an item and then reactivate an item. Okay, we've got 8 wood. We need 10 to build our crafting bench. And I will say, if you're into like building and survival and crafting, this game has all of that and more, man. Like, the building in this game is fantastic. You can make some really cool looking things, and it's just really cool. It requires actual foundations and supports and has like a gravity feature to it, and it's really interesting. All right, we got to find that house again now. You definitely want to keep an eye out for stones while you're kind of wandering around. Okay, I found our house, and I realized that I could have just put a marker down. So one of the cool things is you can come here on the map, and you can make your own little markers for things. So we're going to add a house there, and now we'll know this is our home. I could have named it, but it's like early game, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, I accidentally crafted another hammer, but thankfully I had enough wood to make the workbench. So we're gonna go into our build menu. We're gonna make our workbench. And like, how do we... Oh, we can rotate with the triggers. Okay. So I kind of want to tuck this thing in as much as I can. Put it right there. Oops. We've got a crafting bench now. Can't really craft anything quite yet, because we need some more wood. So, again, very early on, but you can see all the stuff we've unlocked with, like, roofs and supports and all kinds of stuff. And so I think that's where we're going to wrap this up, is we're going to get some wood, and we're going to fix up this house, and we'll kind of end it here. But, yeah, it feels just like it did on PC, and, in fact, I want to say it looks and is running a bit smoother. Like, I can't say I was having like the best frame rates all the time when I was playing this game, and I have like a pretty good gaming computer. So, okay, the only thing we need to craft an axe, which will give us a bunch of wood really quick, is just stone now. So we need to find some stone. You can also find these little logs on the ground. It's a great way to just get some extra wood without having to do too much. And you do want to watch your food meter. I just noticed that my strawberry was no longer there, so I can go ahead and eat another one of those now. And then just to show you, if I try to eat another strawberry, I can't, because you can't just slam a bunch of food. You have to like mix and match your food, and some food give you more stamina, and some food gives you more health. And now that we have our club, we definitely want to take out any and all boars that we see, because that will just help us get leather for some armor. We do have a torch right when we start the game, and you can carry that in your offhand, so you don't have to like, you know, sacrifice having a torch and or having a weapon. You can have both, which is great. The lighting effect on the torch is pretty cool too. I like that it gives off plenty of light. And while we're looking for rocks, that's super helpful. Okay, and now we can make a stone axe, and that is going to go a long way in helping us out here. So you can say that, or see on the screen, it says that you feel cold. And so coldness is a problem in this game. You don't want to be cold, you want to be warm. But you can't do that until you actually have some armor and that kind of thing. But now that we have this axe, we can really start cutting down these trees pretty quickly. You can cut down the larger trees, but they are death hazards. So I'll show you what I mean here. So if I want to cut this tree down, I would not cut down a tree by my house because it can fall and destroy my house. But this tree can also kill me. And then that tree is going to fall. And if I was in its path when it fell, as it's rolling around, it would kill me. Like, for sure, early game, you're gonna die. So you definitely want to be careful in the beginning when you're cutting down logs and trees. Even doing this is gonna split this tree into two parts, two separate logs, and even those logs could start rolling, and they could kill me. But you do get a lot of wood from doing this. And so, similarly to Minecraft, at nighttime, bigger, more deadlier threats come out at night. So in the early game, once you have a bed, you're going to want to sleep through the night. Plus, there's a resting bonus you get and comfort bonuses from your house and things like that. So these are all good things. Okay, now if we go back into our hammer, we can go to our build menu, and we can look at some of the things we can build. And one of those things is a bed. So I'm going to put our nice bed right here as I'm being attacked. So we're getting pretty low on health. Like I said, the nighttime, they will come, they will attack you. It's definitely a bigger threat. So you want to sleep when you can. We won't be able to sleep in this bed though. We can set our spawn point, but we can't sleep because we need a fire. And so we can put a fire kind of like right outside the other side. A little trick is to go into the build menu, and you can actually remove things. So we can break stuff down. And so if we go into build nothing, we can see that there are things that we can actually break and remove that can give us resources back. But we want to build a campfire, and we want to put it right here. Now, smoke is a problem in the game too. If I just put the campfire in there, we could wind up having like smoke inhalation issues or something like that. So what I will do though is break this wall down, break that down, and maybe put the fire like right here. So it's close, because it's got to be close to the bed. And of course, we don't have enough stone. So we got to go looking for stone. So our friend was just warning us that we can actually take damage from the cold at nighttime with the wind howling, especially if it's raining or something like that. So we'll want to be mindful of that. Never been so excited to find 2 rocks. It was like, there's 2 of them. So I just discovered you can also pull your left trigger to slot whatever you have in your hand. So whatever's active, you can activate and pull your left trigger to slot it out. Your left bumper will cause you to block. Okay, so we actually found the summoning spot for the first boss. This is where you would put down the offerings that you need and actually to summon this thing. You don't want to do that until you got like a bow and some arrows and stuff. You don't want to do it. The first boss is easy, but it's not like just go right into it easy. You need some prep for sure. Okay, we can build our campfire now. Okay, the next thing we want to build is a cooking station so we can cook that boar meat that we got earlier on, because that is a great source of food. And so you can do all kinds of tricks with this. You can like stack them right next to each other and have multiple kind of cooking racks, which I think maybe we'll do like 2. Good. And then we can come up to here and we can go ahead and put our boar meat on there. And the thing is, you have to kind of babysit the food a little bit. Like you can't just walk away because it can burn. You want to wait till it changes its appearance and then you can collect it. And there we go. And then we can eat our first piece of actual meat. And now we have 3 different buffs going from 3 different types of food, so we're doing pretty good. Now it's just a matter of fixing our little house, and then we're done. Okay, so this is something interesting that I'm not aware of. So in the PC game, if you found a pre-made structure, you could just repair it. You can see that these beams have damage to them. Let me hide this. So yeah, if I mouse over this, you can see this is damaged, and you'd be able to repair that, but I only seem to be able to remove it. Can't actually repair anything, which is strange. So I think what I'm going to do is actually just rip this house down and rebuild it so that everything here is something I built. The other thing we can do too is we can come into here and we can see what we need to build a hoe, because the hoe will let us kind of push the ground down a bit. We only need 2 rocks to do that, so that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, now we can build our hoe. And we'll go back into our menu here and we'll just tear this house down. We will get all the resources from it, even though we didn't build it. We'll still get the wood and stuff from it. So now, if we go to the hoe, we can actually level the ground. The other thing besides just leveling the ground, this will keep like the little plant fibers from poking through our floor, making it look strange. Okay, and then just to finish it off, I like to put a little bit of lighting in the front and the back, just because it keeps the boars away and things like that. So that is it. We have our first little structure in Valheim. It looks cool. It's very basic. You can make this into the entrance to your actual mega base, which is usually what I do. I like to build a small structure like this and then start adding onto it until it's this big, gigantic thing. But this is all you need in the beginning. You got a crafting table, you got a bed, you got a roof. Everything is yours. You could put the chests in here. You can repair the floor, upgrade things, cook your food here, do all the things you need to do. And yeah, I mean, I've been playing this for about an hour now. I haven't seen any glitches. I haven't seen any stuttering, any frame rate drops. I haven't seen really anything. Like, it's running a lot smoother than I remember when I played this. Now, admittedly, that was a long time ago, but the game looks great. Guys, hopefully you're enjoying this. If you want to see more Valheim content, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.